And the energy corridor of the area. Well, I'm here to tell you that the people live, work, and play in the Woodlands. We have quite a few larger companies that have made the Woodlands their home. And I just looked around and saw that we didn't really have a nice, generic, kind of friendly, atmospheric networking option available to them. So that's why I rolled out Energy Network Expo.
Okay, so if I've never heard about this, how can I get involved if I'm in the oil and gas industry and I live in Montgomery County?
Well, biggest thing is just to check out the website,
Okay.
energynetworkexpo.com. We've been doing as much promotion as we can through different venues, but essentially it's just a bunch of guys that have known each other for many years, that have deals for sale, prospects for sale. They may be a service company, maybe a bank that's interested in letting the oil and gas industry know that they're available. They're the type of customers that we cater to.
Okay, so and then the Power Lunch is, like you said, it's a new edition.
Yeah, last year all we had was just vendors. We had about 30 of them. It went really well, but this year we thought we'd bump it up a notch. We got David Porter, the Texas Railroad Commissioner. He's coming to speak. Tell us a little bit about what's going on in his backyard, as well as Charlie Goodson from PetroQuest. He's the CEO there. He's going to come and let us know. They just moved in recently to the Woodlands.
Okay, so that's a good opportunity for him.
Right. And then we've got Gil Staley, the Economic Development Partnership CEO. He's going to come and spend a few minutes letting us know what happened in the last Economic Outlook Conference. They had quite a few oil and gas companies there, Strike and ExxonMobil, name a few. So he's going to give us a wrap-up of what that conference was like. And then it'll all be emceed by Amy Milstead, who's the chairman for the Woodlands Chamber of Commerce. So it's a good general wrap-up of what's going on with the oil and gas industry in the Woodlands.
It sounds like a lot of fun. So if I'm looking at your event schedule, it all starts on April 3rd at 7 a.m.
Right. We open the buffet. If people can come in, have breakfast. A lot of the exhibitors will still be setting up. The actual event starts at 9 officially.
Officially. Okay, so 9 a.m. for the folks who are not moving in.
Yeah. And then from 9 until about 11:30, they can network through the exhibits. Luncheon starts at 11:30. It'll go through till 2. From 2 to 4, they can go back and network through the exhibits. And then at 4 o'clock, we're going to roll out a nice little networking reception, cash bar, place for people to just come in after work and do a little bit more networking.
That's cool. So this is going to be a big day for you.
Yeah, it's a big day, but it's a lot of fun. Good people. I've known these guys for many years now and had my own oil and gas company back in 2005, sold it in 2009, but, they're the kind of guys that just won't let you get out of it. So,
yeah, I believe that, especially if you're a valuable resource.
Thank
you. Tony? I mean, I imagine you are. People call you all the time, especially for this kind of event. I bet this is something.
We've had a really good response so far, so we're looking for a few more and just see what happens. We've got some strong sponsors. PetroQuest Energy, they have sponsored the event, as well as Milstead Auto. Elevated Technologies, they've come on board in in a big way. And then New Tech Energies. We're really excited to have New Tech as one of our sponsors. And then what's even a lot of fun is BMW Minis of the Woodlands is going to bring in a whole bunch of their new Minis cars to come on in and showcase those cars. As far as I understand, they're even going to bring in their brand new electric car.
Oh, wow.
So that's kind of why I called it the Energy Network Expo and not the Oil and Gas Network Expo. It really is.
You're bringing in the competitor.
Yeah, well, one of the options. Let's put it that way.
I want to imagine how that's going to roll over. That's going to be fun to see that little energy car come in and okay, but cool. Well, you know what? We if you don't mind, we can take a quick break.
Sure.
We're gonna listen to a song. We're gonna come back. I want to get to know you a little bit, Tony. If that's all right, because you've been involved with the Montgomery County for quite some time,
since 1990.
So there you go. Yeah, we're gonna find more about Tony and especially about the Energy Network, because this is the second annual, and he sounds like he's the one who put it all on. So I want to know why. I mean, this is interesting to me. But we're gonna listen to some Charlie Pride, "Kiss an Angel, Good Morning." You're listening to Lone Star in the Mornings. We'll be right back.
Have you ever wandered around a parking lot trying to look like you actually know where you parked? Then you'll love the Mark and Cindy Show. If buying toilet paper with aloe vera is the most exciting thing you're going to do today, then you'll love the Mark and Cindy Show. Even if you haven't tweeted, you'll still love the Mark and Cindy Show.
How about twerking?
Ew, that was one step over the line, Mark.
Well, you said toilet paper.
Look, we want listeners to tune in to the Mark and Cindy Show at 10 o'clock every weekday morning here on Lone Star Internet Radio.
The Mark and Cindy Show, it's like visiting with your best friends for coffee, except we will never stiff you with a check.
And one of us always knows what she's talking about.
Well, okay, but it's still called the Mark and Cindy Show. You know that.
We'll see. The Mark and Cindy Show. Tune in to Lone Star Radio every weekday morning at 10 o'clock.
At Jazzy Junk, volunteers reclaim, restore, and recycle. Jazzy Junk is a non-profit resale storefront where you will discover wonderful, unique finds at very affordable prices on furniture, antiques, books, art, home decor, and more. When you shop Jazzy Junk, you support New Danville, a community for adults with developmental disabilities. We receive new donations daily, so plan a visit to Jazzy Junk today to find that perfect item or gift. Our motto is here today, gone today. So remember to hurry in and shop often for the best selection. Jazzy Junk is located in the outlets at Conroe on League Line Road and I-45 North. Call 936-441-4500 or visit our website, jazzyjunk.org. That's JUNQUE for more information and store hours.
Ooh, that was a good one by Charlie Pride. Kiss an Angel, good morning. You're listening to Mornings with Lone Star. It's 9:09. I'm here hanging out with Tony Motto.
Just like the Boy Scout.
Yeah, Motto. I know, Motto. I know, I'm silly right now this morning. But we're here talking about the Energy Network Expo Oil and Gas Show coming up April 3rd, 2014, starting at 9 a.m. at the Woodlands Waterway Marriott Hotel in the Woodlands, Texas. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that because it's for a good cause. And we know, of course, we forgot to mention that. Mm-hmm. So it's for a very good cause, and especially locally good causes. And then we also want to talk about there is a entry fee. And then I want to get to know Tony a little bit more. He's been here since 1990 in the Montgomery County area, so I want to know what's going on. So Tony, how much does it cost for me to go here?
Well, it's $125 for the day, and that includes the exhibits as well as the network luncheon. Of course, the reception afterwards. So it's a little hefty, but it's meant to be a fundraiser. Last year, we gave all the proceeds that we raised for the event to the Greater Woodlands Public Art Foundation, a new project that we're working on called The Way Home. It's a Veterans Memorial Monument that will be going into Town Green Park of the Woodlands. It'll be the first Veterans Memorial Monument that recognizes all the veterans of all the services of all the conflicts. So we're really excited about this. It's modeled after two young boys that lived in the Woodlands, were raised in the Woodlands, went to different campaigns. One went to Iraq, one went to Afghanistan, and lost their lives within months of each other. So we use them as the model for this monument, and it is called The Way Home. Last year we gave it all to that endeavor. This year we've broken it up a little bit more. We're going to give some to the Greater Woodlands Public Art Foundation, as well as some to Interfaith of the Woodlands for all the wonderful work that they do, and then also to an organization called BAM, or Because Art Matters. It's a affiliate of the Woodlands Waterway Art Festival. And we just really strongly believe in everything they're doing to get the arts into the economic schools that really can't afford the needs that they have. So we try and give them something.
That's great, because I know BAM, they have their art festivals coming up next weekend.
Well, the Woodlands Waterway Art Festival is happening next weekend, and BAM is actually going to be a part of that this year. So
that's exciting, especially with all these proceeds going to locally and like I guess foundations and things that help out the Woodlands and also Montgomery County, which is great.
Yeah, we focus on 3 aspects. One is education, second is visual arts, and the last is anything that involves community service. So that's why we picked those 3.
So make sure to come out to the Energy Network Expo because you will be supporting these causes.
Correct.
And also maybe networking. Maybe. But Tony, so you've been here in the Montgomery County area since 1990. And it sounded like when you started your company in 2005. What were you doing in between 1990 and 2005?
Well, I actually came here as an elementary art teacher.
Oh, wow.
For Conroe ISD. I was actually the first male elementary art teacher in the district at that time. And it was a pretty unique situation, whereas before I became a teacher, I was a steel worker. Worked up and down the East Coast and ended up outside in Nebraska building bridges and thought, this is crazy. I got my head in a helmet all day. I'm getting my hands burned up. I really want to do what I always wanted to do when I grew up, which is be an art teacher. So I went back to school in Lincoln, Nebraska and got my degree, and then just everything lined up to where I was able to land a job down here teaching at David Elementary School, which was named after David the Bubble Boy. Opened that new school as the art teacher. I was the only male in the school, which was fun for me. My wife didn't quite like it, but what can you say? And then did that for about 7 years. Really enjoyed it. Had a lot of fun with it. And then after that, I went into corporate training. Went into sales, went into marketing, got into the oil and gas industry. So I ended up owning my own company in 2005. And then in 2009, I sold the company and looked around and was like, okay, what am I going to do now? And realized at that time that we had one of the largest collections of outdoor sculptures for a community of our size for anywhere else in the nation, the Woodlands. So I looked and saw that we didn't have a nice opportunity for people to be able to buy a book that cataloged all of the sculptures. So I put together a book. It's a hardbound book that has all of the outdoor sculptures listed in it. Marketed that, and then I started giving tours where I show people where the sculptures are, give them little backstories about some of them. And that's just a little labor of love that I do, really.
That's crazy. So you still do tours?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. We call it Sculpt Tours. You can look at woodlandsart.com, and that'll tell them all the details about it. But it's a lot of fun. It's an hour and a half tour. See about 20 of the sculptures. Cost $15 a person. But it's a nice little outing to take with your family and friends.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
But so let me get the folks a little bit more information if they want to know more about the Energy Network. They have a website, you guys do, and it's energynetworkexpo.com.
Correct.
It's energynetworkexpo.com. So if you need more information about the networking coming up on April 3rd at the Woodlands Waterway Marriott Hotel, that's a good resource to go to. That's quick, and it kind of goes over everything. And then don't forget, all net proceeds from this one day will go to locally nonprofit organizations that focus on the visual arts, education, and community service. Mm-hmm. So it's for a good cause, so I encourage everyone to check it out. If you're in the oil and gas industry, it sounds, because that's really all they do is network. So, I mean, this is a great opportunity. You can do it one day, and hopefully there's some good things coming out from these guys participating in it. And was there anything else you want to say, Tony, to the audience? Before?
No, just thank you very much. I look forward to seeing everybody there.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's Tony Motto coming in from the Energy Network Expo Oil and Gas Show. April 3rd. Starts at 9 a.m. $125 gets you in. That includes the lunch and also the networking events afterwards. So make sure to do that. So if I want it, you pay at the gate.
Right.
Pay at the gate. Pay at the gate, folks. More information on energynetworkexpo.com. We got great music coming up before the Mark and Cindy show at 10 o'clock. We got a little bit of Willie Nelson, Don Williams, but here's some Honey Brown. Put that ring back on your finger. You're listening to Lone Star in the Mornings.
Hey, little Don, when I first saw you.
Hey everyone, this is Tina, your host from Retro Saturdays. I wanted to invite you to visit the Lone Star Studios here in downtown Conroe, Texas. We're all volunteers here, and we need your help in serving the Montgomery County area. Radio media is a fun field to be in. Lone Star Internet Radio serves Montgomery County with news, current events, local programming, and of course, music. If you are interested in volunteering and sharing your talents in media, go to irlonestar.com and let us hear from you. Lone Star Internet Radio, serving Montgomery County from the heart of downtown Conroe.